What's happening to my boss up community? What's good? What's good? What's good? This is your boy Lascel, the M.B.A. back at you today with a brand new message from my bosses. As always, this will not resonate with those who are not of the boss mentality. If you happy being an employee, that's all you ever want to be. If that's all you ever want to do is work for somebody else and make that money for them, then this is not a message for you. Go down and find some World Star, go find some pictures and videos of cats. That's fine. But for people out there trying to get ahead in this world, for people out there trying to make a difference, trying to make some real paper and get out of that situation, living check to check, this is the joint for you. This is for my bosses and for nobody else but my boss up community. Today we got a message for you guys. My new message is called How to Manifest Your Vision by Protecting Your Energy. Right? Now, that may seem kind of crazy, right? But a lot of what it means to manifest, for those of you who don't think that far, y'all like, oh, this is about business. Understand something. When you visualize something in your mind and you actually make moves toward it, that's what you're doing. You're manifesting your vision, whether it be your product, whether it be your service, whether it be your business, whatever it is, you're manifesting that. For you to do that, you got to protect your energy. So let me tell you something, right? I'm gonna tell you a quick little thing about a dude. I'm gonna call him Kurt. All right, because he actually does exist, and I'm not gonna put him out there. And I still keep in contact with Kurt to this day. Okay, so Kurt was a dude I went to school with when we were kids. You know that dude when you was a kid that if you played checkers with this dude, he would show you some shit that you ain't never seen checkers do. You gotta check the rules. How the fuck you do that? And he would think outside the box. This dude does something in the world of business that we call top-down thinking. This dude was doing this as a kid, right? Very bright dude. He was a dude that if you had a problem with your bike, you had a problem with your video game, you called Kurt, right? Needless to say, you know, we all knew Kurt was a sharp dude. But when Kurt went to high school, right? This was during the time when, you know, weed became fashionable. Everybody wasn't smoking weed like that. Everybody wasn't smoking cigarettes, weed. People were drinking little beers, but that's what it was. But we were going through that transition into adolescence. And Kurt went to high school and got around a whole new crowd. This crowd was a little bit older, and Kurt tried to fit in. They got him into a little bit of weed. And then Kurt started cutting school a little bit. And before long, following these dudes, Kurt started going to school a little bit, but his main objective was to cut school when he came out the house. It wasn't too farther down the road that Kurt started fucking with the street. Got deep in the street, and before you knew it, Kurt got them bracelets, you know, making bad decisions because he wasn't protecting his energy. Shit set back Kurt a couple of decades, right? Now, needless to say, even though Kurt was a kid, the story of Kurt is a cautionary tale for everybody about how you can manifest certain things by protecting your energy. Let me give you a few lessons that, regardless of age, regardless of stage in life, that are relevant in Kurt's story that I take with me every day when I go out there and try to make myself a success. The first lesson I learned from Kurt is sometimes no matter how much you like people, you can't take them with you. All right? I'm going to say that again for you. Sometimes no matter how much you like these motherfuckers, they can't come with you, man. All right? There was a few dudes. Now, these dudes wasn't bad dudes. I met them a few times fucking with Kurt, and some of these dudes, there was one dude in particular, I don't remember this dude's name, whatever. But this was a funny motherfucker. He was a dude that genuinely you liked having around you because he's a funny dude. He always had something funny to say. He was nice with the chicks, and he kept some bad little chicks around him. What you got to understand is that just because you like these and you genuinely like this dude, right? People aren't bad people. They're not going where you're going. And the longer you stick around with these people, the harder it is that it's going to be for you to get where you need to go. So in our lives today, we got a lot of people that we like, whether they be girlfriends, homeboys, funny motherfuckers, homegirls, even family members that we love to death, but they're not going where we're going. And because they're not going where we're going, they don't value where we're trying to get to. So the first thing you have to identify is the people who can't go where you're going. And you know this already. Because Kurt was on his way to Ivy League, someplace where he could make a real impact on society, in the very least his community. These people weren't going there. But by staying there and fucking with them, it put him in a situation where he was going to do what they did. Either in social circles, there's only two ways things turn out. Just keep this in mind. Either you're going to adjust the social circle, or you're going to be that alpha that leads your social circle to you. Once that does not happen, then you have to identify who goes with you and who can't. And when they can't, leave them where you meet them. Second thing I learned from Kurt: protect your future by regulating your presence. Now, once he identified, and even though he was a kid, he couldn't make that determination then, but we're not kids, right? Once he made that determination, or we make that determination of who cannot go with us into that next stage, we got to protect it by either putting a distance between ourselves and these people, or they're going to fuck up everything. When you're doing positive and you're trying to get a job, you're trying to do certain things, you're going to have people who ain't got shit going for themselves, right? And they'll sit here and make fun, or they'll sit here and make it seem like they talking down to you because you get a job at McDonald's, you get a job at, let's say, Family Dollar, while they stand on the corner trying to do some dumb shit or trying to beg motherfuckers for a little money to get a little bud, right? First thing that we all need to understand, if you take Bill Gates, a dude who became successful, if they were broke today, believe me, you take any revenue stream, you take any billion revenue stream that's going to get them to the next stage, they're all about, right? So anybody who tells you to be stagnant, you need to cut them motherfuckers the fuck out. Anybody who keeps you from getting to that paper, cut them motherfuckers the fuck out. Because I don't give a fuck what the situation is. The check is a check is a check, and that check can go towards your dream. Anybody who can't see that don't need to be around you. You got to regulate your present, man. That could start today. Sometimes, you look at shit that you're dealing with and you feel like, okay, I'm just dealing with a lot. I want to think about nothing right here, and I'm way off course, because this is what the purpose of these kind of videos are for. Sometimes we're a little off course, and that can happen any day. Work is rough. Things ain't falling the way they supposed to. A little stressed out. But if you off course, you can regulate that today. And it doesn't always have to be people, right? So the second thing you have to understand is that you protect your future by regulating your presence. Now, number 3 that we can learn from Kurt's tale is you have to learn to identify people's motives. Identify people's motives, and you'll be surprised who instantly people get shot down from your free time, or even time that matters. Now, the reason why those cats kept fucking with Kurt, not because they kind of saw what they were doing was fucking up his future. They just wanted to hang out. They wasn't going nowhere. These dudes wasn't going to college. These dudes wasn't going to cure cancer, right? They just simply wanted to hang out. Now, when you look at it that way, you get a lot of people in your life that they just want to hang out. They don't want to be by themselves. And they don't think of it in the broader sense of, so hold on, you're going to try and stop me from going to school. You're going to stop me from trying to go to work, make this money, because you want to sit in the crib and smoke. They're not looking at it from that point of view. They don't see that far. Again, that's not the boss mentality. The boss mentality sees 10 steps ahead. So the thing of it is that you have to identify what the person's motives are. The motives may not be malicious. It may not be to sabotage you. It's just that they don't want to be by themselves. They want you to be with them. They want somebody to talk to and laugh with. And they're not looking at it from the broad sense that, yo, I'm holding this person up from making this move. They don't look at it that way. It's all about perspective. But you have to, because you are the boss in this situation. If they aren't, that's fine, right? Number 4, compartmentalize people who don't share your ambition, right? Now, what does that mean? That means there's a lot of people out there, right? Again, that maybe you can't cut out your life completely. But once you've done the first 3 steps, when you've understood that sometimes you can't take people with you, you understood that you have to protect your future by regulating what's going on today, and that you identify people's motives. At some point, some of those people who are family, some of those people who are very close friends that you spend a lot of your life with, maybe even a romantic partner, you can't get rid of them, but you compartmentalize what they do. I got a lot of comrades who come up in the streets. We done did some shit in these streets, right? When I was in a different mindset. I got nothing but love for these dudes, and I'll never turn my back on them. But I understood the first 3 steps applied directly to them. Where I'm going, they can't go. Not because I don't want them there, but they just don't have the skill set. And they don't take it as seriously as I do, and me taking them would be jeopardizing everything I've done. Does that mean I don't fuck with them? No. Does that mean I have no love for them? No. Does that mean that I don't respect them or don't have that brotherhood, whatever? No. Doesn't mean any of that. It just means that at some point I got to give them dap and say, listen, I got to go make this paper. I'm going to holler back at you. And when I have free time, I'm going to come through. Because, see, me benefiting myself allows me to help them. 2 people that's fucked up can't do nothing for each other, but look at each other and hate on each other, right? So when you compartmentalize people, and some of those people are not as ambivalent as that. Just like I said, some people are not as malicious, some people are not as ambivalent. You get a lot of people who, when you tell them your dreams, they'll give themselves away right then. If you around people who, when you say, yo, I want to own this business, or I'm going to do this, and these motherfuckers sit there and laugh and say, this bitch want to be fuck is you, Oprah, bitch. Yeah. You need to cut them motherfuckers out your life. You need people to support you. You need people that's going to support what you're doing, help you get to that next level. Even if they don't think what you're saying is realistic, they need to be supportive of it and try to find a way to make it work. That's the kind of people you need. And number 5, the last thing you need to protect your vision is to dream big. I'm talking about real big. And anybody who laughs at what you do, they're not supposed to be with you. I'm going to open up this little store. See how I'm going to open up a chain of stores. How I'm going to do this. I'm going to make my brand go from sea to sign. Don't dream about just having boardroom meetings with motherfuckers in Thailand. I'm going to be having presentations in Asia. I'm going to be landing in Africa. All this shit may sound crazy to you, but I swear to God, it can happen. Because I'm going to tell you straight up and down, there's a dude coming up in Brooklyn. I never thought I would see certain countries. Shit was just nothing but an almanac. Some pictures in an almanac or some shit I see on a movie. But then when you got feet on the ground and you coming through certain airports like Heathrow, you coming through Narita Airport in Japan, or you coming through airports in Thailand, you coming through airports in South America, you start realizing the power of what you have manifested. And sometimes you have to do that by protecting your energy and getting certain people out your circle. All right? So those are 5 tips that if you really sit back and you really do the knowledge of them, you'll start, 1, identifying people in your circle who just don't fucking fit, right? And it becomes more of a drain to fuck with them than not to fuck with them. And 2, it helps you keep focused and learn how to compartmentalize people. And you realize you're giving a lot of fucking time to shit that ain't supposed to be. You ain't got that time to waste if you're trying to make certain things happen. The biggest thing about anybody, right, that became successful is they understood the value of time. So anyway, today is Veterans Day. I want to give a shout out to all the men and women who have sacrificed for our freedoms. Yeah, we may not support that asshole with the orange comb over looking like a duck's ass, but what we will always do is support the people from our communities and our families and our loved ones who are out there standing on that front line and who are making sure that they protect us and protect our freedoms. We're always going to support them. Second thing is, as always, in closing, if it ain't about a dollar, my bosses, it don't make no motherfucking sense. So keep that in your mind. Fuck all the bullshit. If you depressed, you down, whatever, go out there and make some fucking money. Go out there and get that grind on. Go out there and get your shit together. Because that right there, can't nobody take from you. Again, if anything I said to you resonates with you, hit that, smash that like button. Fuck, hit that. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Notify me, hit me with some comments, give me some feedback. If you have that boss mentality, then this is where you need to be. As always, I will see you guys at the top. Until the next one, this is your boy Lascel, the M.B.A. Holla back at me. Get that money.